DeAngelo Hall, do you believe New England will draft Lamar Jackson?
I think they will. A couple things have to happen first. He has to fall to them. I don't think they'll move up and trade any of their draft picks to move up to get him. But if he makes his way down to, what's the first? 23. I think they'll draft him. I think they'll draft him. I think, he'll have some time to sit and really learn from Tom and just, understand the New England way. Lamar is a guy that I think a lot of people who don't know him, and I don't really know him that well personally, but he's a guy who's been around a great offensive mind in Bobby Petrino. And he's a hard guy to be around. He's a hard guy to play for. He's kind of from that he's from that Belichick tree of where or a train of thought to where it's do what I say, don't ask any questions, period. And for Lamar Jackson to have had success under a coach like that, I know Bill Belichick is like, hey, I know this kid wants to be a good football player and doesn't mind being coached hard.
Interesting. And the thing is, Skip, people lose sight of this. He won the Heisman his sophomore year, but his numbers were better his junior year. But it just they lost so many games, and Baker Mayfield played off the chart. Baker Mayfield deservedly won the Heisman Trophy. But this guy can run the ball. He can throw the ball. I think his passing ability is underrated because he rushed for 1,600 yards. Anytime a quarterback runs for that many yards, Skip, they're like, he's a run-first offense. But the guy threw for 40-plus touchdowns. So obviously he can throw the football. I agree with you. And I said this. I believe if he falls to them at 23, I believe they'll select him. Their M.O., and maybe we have to get out of this train of thought saying the Patriots' M.O., because we've seen more information leak out of there in the last 6 months than we had the previous 17 years combined. So maybe their M.O., Coach Belichick, normally would fall back to get more players, not move up to take less players. That's not normally how they do business. But Mr. Kraft has been on the record, says, yeah, I think it's about time we get a quarterback. So considering that they traded, Coach Belichick, like, well, we had a quarterback, had the guy. Now I got to go back in the draft and try to find another one. Had the guy I wanted.
Did.
Mr. Kraft looking at him like, okay, what you want me to do about that? He's not here now. Now go get another one. You can do it. That's why I pay you all the big bucks. But if he's there at 23, Skip, I do believe they're selective. And I'm like DeAngelo. I don't believe they'll move up to get him. I don't believe they're going to. They work too hard to get those picks to move up to have to just get one player because they need multiple, mainly on defense.
So if you are Tom Brady and you are committed to trying to play 3 or 4 more years, and your head coach uses the 23rd pick in the draft on another quarterback, no, not that quarterback's any imminent threat to your job, although Garoppolo certainly appeared to be.
Yes.
But if you're Brady, would you not be offended by that he didn't take a player that could help you next year? Because you need some help. You need it all around you. You need another receiver. You need a tackle, offensive tackle.
You need tackle first on offense.
You do. You do. And the defense can use all kinds of help because that guy who didn't play in the Super Bowl named Malcolm Butler is no longer there. You could use somebody.
Skip, it's hard for them to get a defensive lineman because you got to play straight down the middle. You can't play on edges. So it's so hard. That's why you have to tip your hat to Chandler Jones. For him to get the kind of sacks the sack total that he got in New England, when you have to play straight down a man, you can't get on the edge because they don't want to have the quarterback to have lanes. That's tough. And that's what they got no pressure on Nick Foles. That was one of the problems, Skip. I don't care who the quarterback is. You let him have all day to throw the football and see what he'll do to you. The most marginal of quarterbacks, if you let him have a clean pocket, he will pick you to threads. The great ones can do it when they have pressure on them. That's what sets them apart. But they got no pressure on Nick Foles. That's why he hit 373 on them. That's why he had that total.
So do I think Bill Belichick likes Lamar Jackson? Yeah, I do. He might even love, to your point, because of Bobby Petrino, he might love Lamar Jackson. Would he trade up to get him? Would he use his stash of picks now that he has? I don't think so. Would he take him at 23? Maybe. I could see that. But I think the Brady versus Belichick, the quiet war that's going on, will escalate if he does that because Brady's not going to like the fact that you didn't take a player to help you win next year's Super Bowl.
I mean, I guess I can see where you're coming from there, but I would just have to think a guy who has a gold jacket sitting waiting for him, a guy who has 5 Super Bowl rings and lost a couple. I just got to think he'll be okay,
But how will Lamar Jackson help the Patriots next year or the next year?
It's not. He won't. He won't next year. He won't. It's a proven fact. He will not help them win.
Well, hold on.
Maybe in practice he'll help win a game. But I'm saying for this organization to continue to be who they are, they have to get a guy in there now so they can start grooming him to take over. And I got to think Tom Brady respects his organization and Mr. Kraft enough to understand the direction in which they want to go with the
Mr.
franchise.
Kraft, I don't know if you respect Coach Belichick the same. But, Skip, there's no guarantee if they draft someone other than Lamar Jackson with that 23rd or 31st pick that he's going to help them next year.
Well, you would hope he would. Or
Yeah, I mean, you would hope you get a tackle or a corner or somebody who can come in and play right now. Yes, but you're right.
But I mean, you look.
No one knows.
He
what
didn't have some bust up there now, Skip. I mean,
I got to think Tom Brady's a team guy, though. I got to think he wouldn't mind this, and I would even say he would help the kid out. I wouldn't, I don't see Tom Brady being a guy who, if they draft somebody that he's, a position he doesn't feel like they need, that he would shun the guy and
Jimmy
just,
Garoppolo.
not talk to him.
Jimmy G tried to get treatment for a sore shoulder. Locked the door on him.
They did. And where was Jimmy G drafted? Down in the second round.
Yeah.
Right?
That's an imminent threat.
Okay.
A first rounder is a definite target.
Definite threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Look here, let me tell you something. I happen to be, you know what, Skip? I happen to be in Denver in 1992. John Elway was the starting quarterback. And guess who Dan Reeves selected in the first round? Tommy Maddox, a quarterback from UCLA. And guess what happened to Dan Reeves after the season?
I guess he got fired.
Okay.
Right?
who had a hand in his firing?
I don't know. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
Interesting.
I speak no evil.
So
I had a hand in it because I didn't do my job good.
If it were Tom Brady's decision, he has the ultimate perfect backup quarterback right now.
Yeah.
And Brian Hoyer, who started 37 games in this league. Have you played against him? I assume you did
I think
somewhere.
You probably got about 3 or 4 picks.
You probably
You got you paid.
Do you realize Brian Hoyer went 10-6 as a starter for the Cleveland Browns? That's not bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's started games for 5 teams. He has started 1 playoff game. He is a friend of Tom Brady's. He started with the Patriots undrafted originally, but could I not make up in a laboratory a better backup quarterback for Tom Brady right now than Brian Hoyer, right?
Play golf with, no threat.
How old is Brian Hoyer? 32?
It just doesn't matter. But he's got 37 starts, but he's the perfect guy. Could Brian Hoyer next year win 3 games in the middle of the season if forced to? Sure he could.
He's
for the
32.
Patriots. 32. Okay? So is that not ideal, the perfect backup? So right now Tom Brady's thinking, we got him. We're good. We're good at that position, right?
Skip, that's the perfect backup for a 35-year-old Tom Brady, not a 41-year-old Tom Brady. 41-year-old Tom Brady, the perfect backup is a guy who in two years or so we can hand the reins over to.
Okay.
You're going to
Man,
hand the
nothing
reins
over
over
to Jimmy Garoppolo, but
to a
Microsoft Surface.
35-year-old Brian
Backup.
Hoyer. I'm not. I'm not. And so I'm just thinking if I was a GM or if I was a head coach or heck, if I was even Tom Brady, I would 100% be behind this move because I don't care how long Tom says he wants to play. Your body's only going to play so long. You
Okay,
don't have X amount
lay
of
it on
miles
the table.
left in you.
What's he got left? Tom Brady. Remember, he won the MVP last year. In the Super Bowl, he threw for 505.
Should have won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
And how many years do
what's
I
he got
think
left?
he has
When does
left?
he hit the wall?
I mean, I probably see another. I mean, I think next year he puts on another good performance, makes the playoffs. I don't think they make it to the Super Bowl. They just have too many holes I see right now.
They got holes, which is why you need to use the 23rd pick on one of those holes.
I say two more years of really, really good football. And if he wanted to hang around, he would be a shell of himself in year 3 if he came back for.
Well, that's way beyond what you think. You're giving him
say
one more
next
year.
year and one more.
I believe he's going to play this contract out. He's going to get 20 and gone. Because Coach Belichick going to make an
So
ultimatum.
what would that be, 2 more years?
2 more years. That'd be 2 more years.
I got him 3 more MVP
No way.
caliber years.
Not in New England.
I got him playing as long as he really wants to
Is
play.
Coach Belichick going to be coaching him?
Well, that's the whole question
Okay,
here.
okay.
Because the question becomes for Lamar Jackson, will either Brady or Belichick be around by the time Lamar is ready to take the reins in New England? Seriously. Because I don't know, Is this a Josh McDaniels pick? Is he the heir apparent? It certainly looks like that, right?
Yeah,
That's the only way. That's the only way you back out of a head coaching job that you've already agreed to. They're set to make the announcement,
Okay.
and then go back to the team. That's the only way you go back.
Who was the last quarterback that Josh McDaniels selected at the bottom of the first round?
You know who it was.
Who was it?
Tebow.
Tebow. Josh McDaniels selected Tim Tebow with the 25th overall pick for the Denver Broncos, right? So would Lamar be kind of his cup of tea a little bit?
Lamar Jackson can throw the football way better than Tim Tebow. Stop, Skip.
If you willing to take a
better
chance,
than Tebow? I don't think so.
What? I think so. Yeah, I think
Lamar
so.
Jackson,
Joy thinks so too, right, Joy? Yeah. Joy shaking her head. Yeah,
I
she thinks
speak
so
no
too.
ill of Tim Tebow.
Did you see Tebow's last college game? Remember that game in
That
the
played in
Sugar Bowl?
Cincinnati because the guy left. Who was the coach that left?
He threw for 482.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.